Ever look at something you're working on, Indio, and think, it's good, but deep down, it's not great?
Oh, absolutely. That gap between good and truly exceptional can be a real head-scratcher.
All right, like what's the secret sauce? Can you actually make something great? Well, today we're diving into Jim Collins' Good to Great, and let me tell you, this book's got answers.
Collins' research is incredible, truly. He studied companies that made that leap, and what he found applies way beyond just business. It's about any ambitious endeavor, really.
So no magic shortcuts then? No overnight successes or anything?
Not quite. Actually, one of the biggest surprises is it doesn't start with some charismatic rock star CEO. It's about something he calls level 5 leadership.
Level 5 leadership. Okay, now I'm hooked. What's that look like in real life?
Picture a leader, right? But they've got this unique mix of humility and total unwavering will. They're not in it for the ego boost, not at all. Laser focused on the company's success, even above their own, you know.
It's like, reminds me of Darwin Smith over at Kimberly-Clark during their boom.
Yeah.
He wasn't a celebrity CEO, but man, he transformed that place.
Smith is the perfect example of level 5, quiet determination. That was him. New Kimberly-Clark, they were mostly paper products, needed a huge shakeup. So he sells off their paper mills, even the one their town was named after. Gutsy move.
No kidding. Takes serious guts to make a call like that.
It does, and that's the will part of it, right? These leaders, they've got this unshakable belief even when things get tough. It's like the Stockdale paradox. Ever heard of that?
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Love a good paradox. Lay it on me.
So, Admiral Stockdale, prisoner of war in Vietnam, he said, the ones who didn't make it, they clung to false hope. We'll be home by Christmas, you know? Christmas comes and goes, then Easter. Couldn't handle the harsh reality.
So you got to acknowledge the tough stuff, but never lose faith in the end goal.
Nailed it. That's the Stockdale paradox. And these level 5 leaders, they live it. They face the brutal facts, whatever those are. A product's failing, competition's getting fierce, but they never doubt they'll overcome it.
That's powerful stuff. Makes you think, even with an amazing product, it's not enough. Got to have the right leadership. But once you do, how do they build a great company? What's the secret?
Well, it's not just about the leader, right? It's the team, too. That's where first who, then what comes in.
First who, then what? Interesting. But doesn't make sense at first, does it? Don't you need to know where you're going before you assemble a team?
You'd think so, right. But these companies, they focused on getting the right people on the bus, even before the destination was 100% clear. With the right people, the what becomes a lot easier to figure out, see?
So how'd they find these amazing people? Just put out a help wanted ad?
Not quite. Look at Wells Fargo. When they bought Crocker Bank, they didn't try to force the cultures to blend. Really deliberate about who they brought on, told Crocker's people straight up, this is what it takes to thrive here, in or out.
Makes sense, clarity, no messing around.
Exactly. Tough calls, maybe, but in the long run, honesty benefits everyone.
Okay, so you got your amazing leader, bus full of stars, but you're still lost if you're not headed in the right direction. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's where the hedgehog concept comes in. It's like finding your company's sweet spot where 3 key areas overlap.
Wait, we're talking Venn diagrams now? This is serious business.
More nuance than that, but yeah, kind of. The first circle. What can you be the absolute best in the world at? Not just good, not better than most, but world class.
So no settling for pretty good. Got it. But how do you figure that out, what you can truly dominate in?
It takes some real soul searching, you know, and it's not just your current strengths, it's deeper. Got to find that thing that lights you up that you're made for. Think about it. What do you do where you lose all track of time? That's a clue right there.
Like finding your zone of genius, passion, and talent. Boom, right there.
Bingo. So you've got that. Then second circle. What drives your economic engine? For businesses, it's the money, how to consistently profit. But even for you and me, it's what fuels our progress, keeps us going.
Can't just be passion. Got to be sustainable. Makes sense.
100%. Second circle is all about the economics of your passion, see? And then, the big one, third circle, what are you deeply passionate about?
Wait, isn't that like the first circle?
Similar, but this goes beyond just being good at it. It's the purpose, the why behind it all. Why do you even care?
Okay, so first is best at, second is how to sustain it, third is the heart of it.
Exactly. And where those 3 circles meet, that's your hedgehog concept. Strengths, motivations, and the cold hard facts all lined up.
All right, so you've had your aha moment, found your hedgehog, but how do you live it?
Discipline, right. But that takes more than just willpower. Oh, for sure. Discipline here isn't about being a drill sergeant. It's about the culture, disciplined people, taking disciplined action. Accountability baked right in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but how do you create that? Not just writing rules and hoping for the best, right?
Think about Dave Scott, Ironman champ. Collins talks about how this guy would rinse his cottage cheese
Excuse me, rinse it.
to get the excess weight off. Maybe a bit much, but that's the point. That level of discipline and everything.
Okay, rinsing cottage cheese, that's dedication. But how does that work for a whole company?
So picture this. Banking deregulation hits. Wells Fargo. They're all about discipline. Streamlined, cut costs, empowered their people to make smart choices. Meanwhile, Bank of America, they're hesitant, clinging to the old ways.
Who came out on top?
Wells Fargo, boom, became the leader, while Bank of America struggled to keep up.
Wow, case closed. But then, how do you avoid getting distracted, right? New trends popping up all the time, got to chase them all.
And that's where technology comes in. But here's the thing. It's an accelerator, not the main event. Good to great companies, they didn't chase every shiny object. They picked tech that fit their hedgehog, boosted what they were already good at.
Using tech strategically, not just because it's new. Got any examples of that?
Kroger, the grocery store, early adopters of barcode scanners. Seems obvious now, but back then, revolutionary. But it wasn't about the tech itself, it was how it fit their whole easy, efficient shopping thing, their hedgehog.
Right. Wild how something so simple can be a game changer.
Right. And that's the lesson. Be picky, can't do it all, shouldn't try. Focus on what matters, what fits your hedgehog, and then let tech amplify it.
Like a filter for all the noise, only the good stuff gets through.
Exactly. And that brings us to a big idea. The flywheel effect.
Ooh, flywheel effect. I like the sound of that already. Tell me more.
So picture a giant flywheel, heavy, right? Getting it to budge, that's hard at first. But you keep pushing, some direction, consistently. It builds momentum, gets easier and easier until, bam, unstoppable force. That's the flywheel effect.
Not about some big overnight thing. It's the small, steady effort over time. Yeah.
You got it. But here's the catch. Most companies, they fall into the doom loop, trying to force big wins, but without that hedgehog clarity, that discipline, they're just spinning their wheels.
Stuck on that merry-go-round, going nowhere fast.
Yep, reacting to every trend, changing plans constantly, never building that consistent momentum that gets you to greatness.
So it's about resisting that temptation, right?
Yeah.
Not chasing every shiny new thing. It's about building that steady momentum, like you said.
100%. It's so easy to get caught up in those quick fixes, but the good to great companies, they were playing the long game. Sustainable momentum, that's the key. Pushing that flywheel day after day.
It's a powerful image, that flywheel.
Yeah.
Building until it's unstoppable.
Makes you wonder, though, can you sustain that forever? Good to great, sure, but then what? Built to last.
The million-dollar question. And good news, Collins tackled that very thing in his next book, Built to Last. What makes those companies endure instead of fading away, you know?
So what's the secret? How do you build something that truly lasts? One big thing he found, it's about having a strong core ideology. Not just making money, but the why behind it all. Their core values, their purpose. It's like, why do we even exist as a company? What do we stand for?
Like a guiding North Star, keeps you on track even when things get tough.
Exactly. Think about Hewlett-Packard, right? Famous for their HP way. It was all about innovation, respecting people, and profit, sure, but that wasn't the main goal. It was a result of doing things the right way. That philosophy, it was in their DNA, guided them for decades.
It's bigger than just the bottom line. It's the principles driving everything else.
Absolutely. Those principles, they're the bedrock. That's how you build a culture that can handle anything, adapt, and thrive over the long haul.
Man, this whole deep dive has been eye-opening. Really makes you think about what it takes to build something great, whether it's a company, a project, any big goal, really.
That's what I love to hear. And that's the beauty of Collins' work, right?
Yeah.
Those principles, they're timeless. They apply to anything. It's a roadmap to success, no matter what you're passionate about.
So true. As we wrap up here, any final thoughts for our listeners? What's the one thing you hope they take away from all this?
If I had to pick just one, greatness. It's not some magical thing only for a lucky few. It's a choice. Anyone can achieve it. Anyone who's willing to embrace these ideas, put in the work, commit to the journey.
I love that. Greatness is a choice. That's powerful stuff. And if you're ready to make that choice to build something truly extraordinary, dive into Good to Great. It's packed with insights, inspiration. It'll help you unlock your full potential, I guarantee it.